Good morning, YouTube. It is me, Dark Horse of YouTube, and I guess this video is going to be uploaded on the King of the WWE channel. You haven't, you haven't seen me for a while. Let's just see. What time is it?
It's 5:44.
5:44, 15:44 in the afternoon. What's the date?
It is Friday, the 15th of February 2019.
There we go. So today's video is going to be about Paige. Paige from WWE, of course, and Nikki Bella. So Paige came out recently in an interview and spoke about her sex tape. Sorry, we're going to be talking about Nikki Bella, Paige, and Becky Lynch, but that also includes WWE's mentality. So, first of all, Paige with the sex tape, she came out and said, what's she said? And I guess she said she had depression after the whole sex tape incident. To me, from an outsider's perspective, it looked. I don't want to be mean because she said after that she had depression. I'm just gonna say how I feel, but then again, I'm not. Because I'm representing someone else. So it's not like I can say whatever I want because who am I? It's not really my channel. So also I got new glasses. I don't know. I nearly packed myself. I hit my cheek. Anyway, Paige, she says she had depression. There's probably more that she said, but in my head I just remember depression after the whole incident with the whole sex tape. There is a sex tape out there, which is a bit odd. What's more odd is after the whole sex tape incident, I think it was after or before, they she had to retire on Raw, I believe, or SmackDown, I forget. What reminded me of it was I watched Total Bellas, the Total Divas, and she asked Daniel Bryan how did he deal with the whole making the speech, because of course Daniel Bryan had to do the speech because I said because twice in that one sentence. Um, Basically, he retired and now he unretired because of his I think neck injury. Oh, yeah, it was a neck injury due to Kane tombstoning him onto the metal steps near in the corners of the ring. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Daniel Bryan and Kane. Uh, Basically, yes, as I was saying, Paige announced her retirement as she walked out with I think Mandy Rose and some other chick, I forgot her name. So she announced her retirement on Raw, I believe. I don't really have the dates Hang on, let me check. Pretty sure you can just type it on Google or YouTube and look at that. So I'm not gonna really tell you about the dates because I don't have it up and I don't have to. Um, Basically on that sex tape, she obviously had sex. Um, what what annoyed me was after she announced her retirement, which was on Monday, Raw. Within 24 hours, she they rewarded her. I say that because who knows what was going through their head. And I didn't really have the time lapse on the whole incident with the sex tape. Anyway, they rewarded her with general manager of SmackDown. What pissed me off was uh, if you watch the sex tape, she got someone to ejaculate on, I think it was the NXT Championship, which was it was disrespectful. Just gonna say it now. She didn't ejaculate. Pretty sure guys. It was only guys can ejaculate. No way. Unless I. Anyway, a male ejaculated on the title. I'm assuming she helped. It was the NXT Divas Championship. I'm assuming she was champion at the time, and I'm also assuming she was at NXT at the time, so she wasn't in the big leagues when it happened. Because Brad Maddox and from he was the referee in Hell in a Cell with Ryback and CM Punk for the WWE Championship, and what's his name? Xavier Woods, who's in New Day with Becky and Kofi. He was in the video as well. So we had Brad Maddox, Paige, and Xavier Woods. Yes, Paige wasn't the one ejaculated on the title, but she helped. I don't know who exactly did the ejaculation, but someone did it. All I know, when that video came out, it was the same time as, I think, and then it came out sometime last, in 2017, I think. No, it was like 2018, I think, maybe. I don't know, I forget. But anyway, they rewarded her as GM, which I did not like because I kind of wanted Teddy Long back. But I don't know. It's like, why would you reward someone that did that to your property? Also, that video is still online, so it just seems a bit odd. Also, I don't really like her as GM. It's just odd. To the other, wait, who did I say I was going to talk about? Oh, Nikki Bella. So I was watching. Well, with I was watching Total Bellas. Um, Basically, you know that whole John Cena and Nikke incident where Cena didn't want to get married or have kids. Nikke Bella didn't like that, so they split up, of course. And then Cena couldn't handle it, so he changed his mind and said he wanted kids. No, he wanted to get married. But he doesn't want kids. He was very adamant about that. So she said, okay, I'll take it. So they got married. Wait, did they get married? No, they didn't get married yet, but he did propose to her at WrestleMania, of course. Everyone knows that. Um, and he gave her a ring in the process. She said yes in the ring. But the one thing she was hung up on was she wanted kids. Um, he didn't want kids. So she broke up with him. And then they split up again. And then, right, she, they split up. He couldn't deal with the fact that that was the reason. Was I think because he did explain everything in the start. She accepted, which I respect of him. I knew she, and she, to me, Nikke Bella was really indecisive and kind of like a lone wolf, kind of, because she doesn't like getting tied down based on what I witnessed on Total Bellas, and it just seemed really odd. So I didn't really like it at the start. I mean, when I watched Total Bellas, I was quite, I was, I wasn't happy, but I was like, okay, cool, they're getting together, whatever. Then I watched Total Bellas, and then I saw the background. Um, and I guess she was overthinking it quite a lot. And within I think 3 weeks before their wedding, she broke things up because she wanted kids. And then I forgot. Did I just repeat myself? Anyway, yeah, she uh they got to meet each other again. And then John Cena changed his mind again and wanted kids because she wanted kids. Now, to me, it seemed like he only said he wanted kids. And yes, I think he would have gone through with it due to the fact that she wanted kids and not necessarily that he wanted kids also. But he had his reasons due to the fact that he isn't home all the time, and that was one of the reasons why Nikke Bella didn't really like the relationship. And that was also why Cena didn't want kids. So he said yes, he wanted kids and to get married. From day one, he said no to both. She somehow changed his mind within, I think, a 5 year relationship or more. It was when did they get together? I forget. I think it was like 5 years. But anyway, Unless that was Daniel Bryan and Brie. But anyway, so Cena said yes to both. Nikke said okay. They were together. And then throughout the course of, I'm gonna say roughly 5 weeks, so they had like 2 weeks. They were two 3 weeks before the wedding. So wait, so when they got back, no, I'm confused. So when Cena said yes to both, that was, I'm gonna guess, 5 weeks before the wedding. And then 2 weeks went, and after those 2 weeks, she changed her mind again and basically said no, which was, I kind of knew it was going to happen based on what she was saying, which is why I call her indecisive, and I don't want to call her a bitch. Well, that is kind of what she is, or what she did in that situation. So I'm gonna stick with indecisive. Personally, I believe she only went into the relationship because of Cena's status and to grow her companies, and her own status. Meaning in WWE, her her wine brand, I think. Well, it's something to do with wine. And Birdie B. I know Birdie is Bree's daughter. I'm guessing they named it after her. So yeah, I don't really like her in that situation. I guess throughout that whole experience, I knew exactly the kind of person she was. Meaning, she was indecisive. She is a lone wolf. Meaning she doesn't like getting tied down. And she did reference that before, because she said something about having only him for the rest of her life. So, yeah, she is a lone wolf, because that means a lone wolf can go and come as he or she pleases. Which I'm sure she could do anyway, but she couldn't sleep with other people, which I think she wanted to. Well, around my voice. I'm guessing that's what she really wants to do, because she wasn't happy, even though she should have been. I mean, Cena basically gave her whatever she asked for. She even lived in his house. She had a Bentley, which I'm assuming he paid for, or she paid. I'm assuming he paid for it, because there was an episode where Nikke rented a Ferrari, which was like 200,000 a month, and no, unless that was the house that she rented, but either way, the Ferrari and the house that she rented in LA, Brie was shot. So I'm assuming that Cena brought everything. Because when they were together, Brie didn't ask what cost what, because she knew Cena brought the majority of the stuff and basically everything, and she didn't really buy anything unless it was like her clothes or whatever. Um, so I'm guessing she lived the luxury life without getting all the bad stuff, because Cena normally dealt with it. Um, so yeah, there's nothing else to say in that uh, situation. Um, I'm guessing I'm gonna go over to talk about Becky Lynch. I was gonna say Beth Phoenix, but nope. Becky Lynch and the whole WWE thing. Right. She is known as the man. Well, that's what they call her. The king of the WWE posted a video, well, not a video, but like a clip. Well, they posted something. I forgot. Um, and I'm guessing it was like Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon, Triple H. Is Triple H a McMahon? Or is he? I don't know, because it's quite odd. Because they say Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and then Triple H. Now, I know Triple H isn't his real name, but they call him Triple H, which is kind of odd since they're married. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the McMahons. Well, we kind of are. Anyway, they came out on Raw and they said the women revolution is basically upon us, and they did set up a pay-per-view for just women, where every woman well, not every woman in history came, but most of them came. Um, they did that whole thing, and then out of nowhere they give Becky Lynch the title of the man, and you have to keep in mind it is they consider the women era. Now it is a bit. Oh, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Oh yeah, I do need to talk about Kurt Angle as well. But wait. What is it? Because I did read it. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I just read it. It's just the irony of the whole thing, because it is the women era, and for one of the big uh, superstars, diva superstars, to be called the man, it's just like, why can't she be called the woman and not a man in a woman's era? Um, so it is a bit odd, not gonna lie. But then there's the argument of people are still watching it, so I guess we're just gonna roll through it, which is okay. I respect their choices, even though they don't take my advice, which isn't a issue. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Um, but I think that's it. I've said my piece. I also am making another video. Um, I'm making another video on my personal channel. If you guys want to go down below and check that, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be down below because this ain't. I'm not in control of this channel anymore. I just make videos. What else? Kurt Angle is said to have his last match at WrestleMania. So if you guys want, you can put the who you want him to verse down below in the comments. As some of you have for the King of the WWE page on Facebook. Booker T is suing Call of Duty Black Ops because apparently they used his face on their game. So someone needs the money. Jimmy Uso apparently got arrested, which is a huge surprise. But I guess he is, how you say, in his own penitentiary. I totally stole that off a comment left on the King of the WWE page on Facebook. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I was gonna say stay dazzling, cause well, and stay awesome.